Hi guys, today's video is going to be talking about Arizona and how it went blue this election and blue in the Senate elections and just overall it went blue. Um, so let's zoom in on the state of Arizona. And so again, I think we're just looking at 99% reporting, which is basically 100% reporting. But Biden won this state. And I can't see the percentages. I don't think I can. But he did win this state. And it might have been by a very small margin of zero point 0.3 or 0.4%, but he still won the state. And there are two Democratic senators from the state of Arizona, and there's 5 out of 9 representatives from the state of Arizona that are going to go on to serve in the House of Representatives. There's only 4 for Republicans. So Arizona specifically is going much more to the left as it goes as the election and the years go on, and it's also not only because of John McCain. I've talked to a lot of people discussing this state, and it's not only because of John McCain. I don't really think it is. Because, I mean, why would people vote for Democratic senators and Democratic House members if they were just mad at Donald Trump for his treatment of John McCain? I don't really think that that makes much sense. Um, I think no matter how you slice it, again, the John McCain thing didn't help him, but it certainly, I don't think it's the only factor. It is definitely not. The Republican Party is losing and losing and losing ground in not only Arizona, but the whole region that Arizona is in at large. They're also losing much ground in not North Carolina, in this region. And they're losing ground in the middle of the country, which was always seen as a stronghold for them, especially Texas. But if we look at the Senate level, and let me just look at the Senate. The Senate, yeah. Okay. So when we're looking at the Senate level, we're looking at a case where Democrats, Kelly won. We're looking at a case where Democrats won 2 senators out of 2 in the state of Arizona. That was not ever expected earlier on in the 2000s. In the 21st century, nobody thought that Arizona was going to go blue not only on the presidential level, but in the balance of power down ballot. Nobody thought Arizona was going to do that because it was seen as a strong state. It was seen as a stronghold for the Republican Party. It was only put into place as a possible swing state in 2016 when it came very close and they were one of the last states to decide the winner. But it's not only the John McCain thing, and I think we need to get that misconception out of people's minds because it's not only the John McCain thing. It's been going more to the left ever since 2008. Um, I mean, after 2008, because John McCain was the senator from that state, after 2008, you've seen a left wing bias, not bias, but a left wing swing in the state of Arizona. No matter how you cut it, the John McCain thing didn't help, but it's definitely not the only decider. And this was crucial to Biden's win. And it was crucial to Democrats possibly taking the majority, not the majority, but possibly getting 50 seats in the Senate to 50 seats in the Senate for Republicans. It was very crucial. And it was, Kelly won it by maybe a smaller margin than a lot of Democrats wanted, but he still won it. And it was a election that, if you told me, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago that that was going to happen, I would tell you you're crazy. Because it sounded crazy. The Republican Party always had a strong hold on Arizona, but now it's breaking for Democrats on the House and on the Senate level, and on the presidential level, as we saw. I think I always expected that to happen since 2019, but I never expected that to happen after 2016. I was like, okay, Trump won it last time. What makes anybody think that he is gonna win it? That he's not gonna win it this time? And Democrats kept control of the House of Representatives by a very slim margin. There are still districts outstanding, and see, one of the biggest ones was in New Mexico. They carried, and you're seeing a lot of red with lines through it on this map, and those are states that Republicans flipped. And Arizona. Let's go to Arizona, not that one specifically. Just the state of Arizona. You're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Senate, House seats given to the Democrats in the state of Arizona, and only 4 given to the Republicans in the state of Arizona. Why is that? Because you're seeing a large amount of the electorate in Arizona going Democratic. Not only going against Trump, but going Democratic. So the misconception that this is only Trump, like it's going to go back to being a safe state for Republicans, or at least a lean state for Republicans after this election, I think it needs to be debunked, and I think it's clearly debunked when we're looking at the balance of power. Why would you elect Republicans? Why would you elect Democrats if you like the Republican Party but not Trump? That's what I am confused about. And I think we're seeing a large influx of African American and Latin American voters that are largely credited for Biden's win this election, who are going to come out in full force in that state now that they know that this state is a swing state, now that they know that this state is up for grabs. And those African Americans and Latin Americans who have been there for a long time didn't always feel that it was a swing state or up for grabs. Now they know it is. And they're going to come out in full force to try to have a Democratic victory in the state of Arizona again. And not only in the balance of power, but also in the presidential level. That's what I think about Arizona, and I think it's Democrats are gaining and gaining and gaining. Not in the House map, as we know, but they're gaining and gaining and gaining in this region. If we look at the presidency and the Senate, yeah, Democrats are. Can we look at the map? Yeah, okay. Democrats are gaining and gaining and gaining in this region. They're gaining in this region, although it doesn't look like it. They're gaining in this region. They're gaining. And in the Rust Belt, Republicans are gaining. But that can easily be offset in the presidential level by the Sun Belt and the gain for Democrats in the Sun Belt. That should be a big concern for Republicans, and I think it is. And I think when you're seeing Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin losing electoral votes, places where you're supposed to, be gaining, but places in the Sun Belt that are gaining electoral votes, where Democrats are gaining, like Texas, like Arizona, like Georgia. Well, Georgia didn't gain, but in North Carolina, there is a big concern that should be happening among the Republican Party. And I think the CNN, yeah, CNN called Virginia a safe state, and I think it is too at this point. And I would not have thought so a long time ago. It seems in 2016, I didn't think it was a safe state. But this time around, the GOP in Virginia have faded into irrelevance. They didn't call New Hampshire a safe state, but the margin of victory was pretty good for Biden in New Hampshire. It was really good. And, you're going to see, and the GOP faded into irrelevance in New Hampshire as well. So it is going to be possibly the same in places like Nevada, Arizona. Nevada, it's already happening. Arizona, it's already happened in Colorado, where it's been classified as a safe state by CNN. It's already happened in New Mexico, where it's been classified by a safe state by as a safe state by CNN. And these two states, Iowa and Ohio, where Republicans, those are the possible flips to safe for Republicans. They aren't being classified as safe states. They're being classified as likely. That's true. But they're not being classified as safe states. And that should be a concern for the Republican Party. That Democrats are gaining more than the Republican Party, like in regards to the country. It's going to be a concern to them. And even with the 2024 map, like assuming that Democrats don't carry any new states, they still win, maybe by a little bit less, but they still win. And I think Texas is going to be within 2% next election cycle. I think it is. And that's going to be very concerning for the Republican Party. And it's going to be a big nail biter. And it could end up in a Democratic win. I think that Democrats will win it in 2028. 2028. If they don't do anything wrong in Texas, I think they're going to win it. But it will be very close on the presidential level when it comes to 2024, I believe. And so will Arizona. And I think Democrats are going to stay the winners in Arizona. So those are states that